You know that person who snaps at the people they love most? The one who can stay calm through work emails, small talk, and a customer service call that should have broken them? Then they get home, hear one tiny comment in the kitchen, and suddenly their voice gets sharp. Not at the person who actually hurt them, at the safe one. If that sounds familiar, stay with me. And if this helps you understand yourself, hit like and subscribe. This is exactly what we talk about here. By the end of this video, you'll know whether you are snapping because you do not care or because you have been holding too much for too long. Here is the thing. Society tells us snapping at home is a character flaw. You take them for granted. You save your worst self for the people who will forgive you. Real talk? Sometimes that is true, but very often, something more specific is happening. Psychologists call part of it self-regulation depletion. Your emotional brakes run down, not all at once, all day. At work, you soften your tone. In meetings, you choose the careful version of the sentence. In the group chat, you add the little laugh so nobody thinks you are mad. On Instagram, you heart the post and keep scrolling. On TikTok, you watch someone explain boundaries while you ignore your own. With everyone else, you are measuring their face, their mood, their reaction. Yeah, that costs energy. But here's where it gets personal. Then you come home, shoes by the door, a dish in the sink, laundry folded on the couch but not put away, a coffee mug sitting exactly where you asked it not to be. Small thing, tiny thing, but your buffer is gone. So the snap happens. Too fast, too loud, too much. How do you miss the warning signs when they are happening inside your own body? But here is something wild. It usually happens with the safest person, not the scariest person, not the stranger, not the boss, the person who stays. Why them? Because your body knows they are less likely to leave. Do you snap because you are cruel or because you are exhausted? What does your body know at home that it does not know anywhere else? That question matters. This is not an excuse. It is still your responsibility. But it changes the map. You're not evil. You're overloaded. You're not cold. You're unfiltered in the one place your guard drops. And that is different. Pattern 1 is the performer. This is the person who looks fine outside the house. They answer emails. They remember birthdays. They make morning coffee and joke with the barista. Then home gets the crash. Not because home is bad, because home is quiet enough for the performance to stop. Wait until pattern 2, because this one is everywhere. Pattern 2 is the resentment collector. They say yes when they mean no. They say fine when they are not fine. They draft the text that tells the truth, then delete it. They keep the peace at dinner, in the car, on the phone, in the family group chat. Then one small ask lands wrong. Can you take out the trash? Did you call your mother back? Are you okay? And boom, years of unsaid things come out through one ordinary sentence. Here is the part nobody says. Resentment grows in private. It does not need drama. It needs repetition. The same small no you keep swallowing. The same boundary you keep making optional. The same favorite spot on the couch where you sit at 2 a.m. replaying what you should have said. Subscribe if you have ever realized your anger was actually an overdue boundary. Because pattern 3 is the one that can change a whole relationship. And the strangest part is that the trigger can look loving from the outside. Pattern 3 is the old trigger. Someone says a phrase, uses a tone, gives a look, and your body moves before your mind catches up. The room is now. The reaction is old. Attachment style matters here. Old safety maps teach your body what closeness is supposed to feel like. If closeness used to mean criticism, a normal question can feel like an attack. If closeness used to mean control, a simple reminder can feel like being trapped. If closeness used to mean walking on eggshells, even love can make you brace. This is why the snap can feel confusing. You love them. You do not want to hurt them. Then your voice changes before your values get a vote. That does not make it okay. It makes it trackable. What was the exact moment? What did it sound like? Who did it remind you of? Why did that phrase land so much harder than the situation deserved? The answer is data, not a verdict. And this is the part that separates guilt from actual repair. Pattern 4 is the shame loop. Snap. Feel awful. Apologize too fast. Promise it will never happen again. Then change nothing about the overload that caused it. That loop breaks people, because guilt is not repair. Shame is not repair. Repair is specific. Okay? So what does repair actually look like? Research on couples, especially John Gottman's work on repair attempts, shows that lasting closeness is not about never having conflict. It is about repairing fast and repairing clearly. Say the real thing. That was not about you. I am running empty. I need 10 minutes before I can talk without making this worse. Short, clean, honest. No dramatic speech required. Now, here is what helps. Check your bandwidth before you enter the room. Jaw tight, shoulders high, head loud, sounds too sharp. Bed feels magnetic. That is information, not a personality. So buffer first. Stay with me. Because this changes how you walk through the front door. 10 minutes in the car, a walk around the block, a glass of water in the kitchen, a blanket on the couch before the conversation. This is not avoidance, this is prevention. You are protecting them from the version of you that has no room left, and you are protecting yourself from another night of apologizing in bed. But here is the hard line. Safe does not mean available for your unprocessed pain. Love is not a dumping ground. The person who stays still deserves softness. The real work is not performing at home, too. That just creates another mask. The work is smaller and harder. Tell the truth sooner. Say no earlier. Rest before you break. Ask for space before your voice asks for it badly. Because the snap is usually not the first sign. It is the last sign. One last thing. If you snap at the people you love most, it does not mean you love them least. It means something in your life is using them as the only exit. Do not just hate yourself for the exit. Find the pressure, name it earlier, repair it faster, and give home a version of you that does not have to be the place where everything finally spills. Tell me, do you usually snap when you are angry or when you are exhausted? The next video is about people who feel sadder after achievements than failures, and why the win can feel emptier than the chase.